tether pairs there.
Almost every maple tether pairs there, but this is not every maple. That's the problem. Or
That's
I should
the
say
Elke's
that is the Elke's difference. I was about to say that is what makes Elke such a perennial force, like as a top maple, like ever since they started playing back in like 2017. They've always done the unconventional thing. They've always done the mind game thing, the conditioning thing. Like you mentioned before, they're known for that multi-layered mix-up. Oh, you're going to roll here. I'm just going to reseed you, and I'm going to re-wrap you. I'm going to do double down strong when you least expect it, and guess what? You're dead at 70 because you're not DIing for a double down strong. You're never DIing for a double down strong.
I mean, there's so many crazy things that she goes for, and every single time, it leaves all of us speechless.
Because you never get to see such creative maple combos the way that Hoppy does it, or the way that Elke does it.
I mean, like, it's like commentator's nightmare, right? You got a player who leaves you speechless, but at the same time ends up getting you screaming like nothing. But it's also a shame because Y is also one of those players that just plays so unbelievably, incredibly high octane that seeing him bow out here, it's rough to see.
It is very tragic to see, given the caliber of players, and you know just how much Y really wanted to push deeper into the bracket and make a deep run. Just like these two players right here. Spyker and elpe. elpe kind of a dark horse because he hasn't really been competing for a while. Kind of bowed out a little bit after, I believe it was Season 6 or so, or Season 5. Took a little bit of a break, you know, for himself. Took a little mental time.
Yeah, and back playing the Zetter.
Back playing Zetterburn. Not even hasn't touched Maple in ages, it seems. Has been having a lot more fun with Zetterburn.
Speaking of fun.
Yeah, you know they're having a good time up there. Speaking of other good players, other dark horses, Spyker, coming off of a few big wins to get into this top 16 spot in the bracket. Yeah, there it is. There,
yes.
I do. Actually beating, to my understanding, Uda in a Game 5 nail-biter set. And the same thing with Plastic Dinos. Two of the big, heavy-hitting Clarence. I think the two big Clarence in this bracket.
Yeah, and it's not only that he took out Plastic Dinos and Uda. Spyker versus Uda was a run back from Genesis, where once again, it was last hit, last stock, and this time around, Spyker was able to take it. Spyker, I don't think, has played against elpe before, but, you know, like I said earlier, I saw elpe warming up with Cake Assault, and what better way how to warm up for Forsburn than, you know, the Forsburn of Forsburns.
Right. Oh my God, yeah, absolutely. On top of that, they were, I will say, while they were playing randoms, they were doing like funny friendlies. These two were playing also against each other. They were playing characters like Raster, Edelus, so on and so forth. You know, characters that you would probably never see them actually play in bracket. But that being said, I thought he was Dunzo's.
Yeah, but I almost... Okay, yeah, that was Spyker. You know, Spyker always looking to mix up the clone and himself. I mean, man truly does play to the Deception character persona.
Did you say what I think you said?
What? Anyway, down strong.
Down strong gonna kill, off the top. We're having a discussion later about the word you just used.
Huh? Okay. All right. Anyway,
Spyker having a bit of a fragile lead right now, but knowing Forsburn, that damage differential can be made up almost instantaneously. We know Forsburn has such an insanely high damage output. But
yeah, but speaking of high damage output, Zetterburn Fair going to be, once again, one of the least aptly named moves in the game. It feels bad. But oh my lord, the up air's coming through, the juggle's coming through, and so are the baby dash jab tilt boost from Spyker.
Very well known for being one of the die-hard users of baby dash and tilt boosting for this character. And to be fair, it does give this character a lot of benefit. Normally, combos you would not be able to get, or extensions you wouldn't be able to get.
Oh my god, elpe got completely and totally mixed up by Spyker there. Yeah, that's like what I was saying earlier, right? You know, always plays to that Deception persona. But right here, Spyker trying to find a way back onto stage, going to be getting up tilted, not quite going to be able to, you know, really get right on through elpe, just trying to find a way how to seal out this stock. The tilt boosted up tilt chosen from Spyker, going to be able to pick up the empowered smoke.
Ooh, I love those two empty hops there, just into doing like a nice little baby dash jab. Like, that's when you want to. I feel like that's when baby dashes wind up being implemented super well. When you're able to do an empty hop and really create that sort of fear in your opponent to kind of make them stand still and keep them locked down in a spot where they're like, oh, what is he? What is
Yeah,
he?
but right here you can see how elpe, at triple digits, but this is Zetterburn we're talking about. Got the dash dances, got the nairs, got the forward airs. Spyker off stage in a lot of trouble, but at a disadvantage. Going to be able to take it. Spyker taking a deep breath, trying to relieve a little bit of pressure from those pinched nerves and trying to relieve a few of the nerves that he's got right now.
Yeah, I mean, you can imagine.
Okay.
The Maple returning. Just like that.
In the Forsberg matchup?
In the Forsberg matchup.
I don't know about
we've
this.
seen Cakesall Soul Rifle many a time before. Cakesall makes it look like it's impossible. Maybe LP knows something maybe LP knows something that Soul Rifle doesn't, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's also the thing, right? Spyker plays so differently from so many other Forsbergs.
It's true.
Right? He's one of the few Forsbergs who refuses to ban Endless Abyss, right? Because knowing Spyker, he's one of the Forsbergs that doesn't over-rely on platforms. He's very much a grounded player. It's not that he can't use the platforms. It's just that things like the baby dashes, things like the tilt boost, that's really when it starts coming into fruition when he's playing on the ground. So right here, maybe the Maple plays differently into Spyker's Forsberg than it does into most others.
Maybe it does, but right now Spyker is making this look like he is fully prepared for everything that LP could possibly throw out. 121% already on this Maple, and it's one down strong away from being a big lead taken. Ay, caramba. This happened before earlier in doubles, and the players don't look like they're going to let it bother them too much. Didn't crash the game, didn't break the game too much, just a brief freeze, but Spyker staying composed is going to take the first stock.
Yeah, I mean, that's rough for LP there. I mean, it was a one edge guard scenario, but right here, Spyker going to be getting parried up. But once again, these are baby dash jabs, right? It's very difficult to really punish them on the ground. You have to play around it through the air. You have to either that or find some way how to stuff it out. But Forsberg jab is so big. So you have to be really, really careful around this. And if you're not prepared, it gets so difficult.
Yeah, and on top of that, Spyker's been putting down so much smoke that it does keep his movement and his intentions a little bit more ambiguous. Like you said, leaning in to the Deception character's ideas of sneaking in, getting your hits where your opponent thinks you are, not where you actually are.
Yeah, but right now, like as we were saying, right, Spyker always playing for that deception, always looking to find a way how to schmix the opponent, but the tether fair from LP going to be able to deal with any potential mix.
And just like that, that's one thing that Maple does have that I would like to hopefully see more of, and I think we might see more of as things go on. But aside from the really fast movement in the air when you get your running start, you've also got Seed, which is really good at just dealing with smoke in general.
Yeah, and you can see Spyker just trying to find a way how to see out the stock, but LP has gotten a second win, has gotten a second bit of control, not going to be able to get the rewrap, but is going to be able to get the reseed, the side B back onto stage here. Lily on deck, clone used to get rid of it. The tether up air, not going to be getting another forward air from Spyker, out of disadvantage, not quite able to net the kill, but LP definitely a little bit shook after that one.
The fact that it could have killed, and I mean, granted, it was that high, and they are at that higher percent, but the fact that he was willing to throw out a button in that spot is telling of just how confident and how aggressive Spyker is willing to play in those scramble situations.
Yeah, and you can see right there, Spyker able to get that strong into parry, as right now LP evening things back up for what seemed like such a Spyker favored early stock. The Maple is now fully warmed up. The Maple is now fully ready. The Maple is now fully hungry and waiting to send Spyker off into the distance.
I love that chase with that double jump up air, because if that connects, that's just the stock. Such great awareness to go for it.
Yeah, but once again, LP has the reseed, has the tether, doesn't quite have the uppy. Spyker might have driven here, but LP is looking to send him off into the distance with a flight. But right now, back air, not going to look for the tether just yet. Still looking for the opportunity, still looking for the way past these baby dashes. Spyker right now, another baby dash. Up strong, gonna be able to seal out game 2 just barely. elpe shaking his head knowing he had that.
Yeah, you saw that he air dodged the cape because he knew, oh, there's going to be an up strong here. But Spyker knew in return that he was still within range of the dagger, and the dagger's what matters the most. Nets in the kill, takes the game. It's one apiece.
It's one apiece.
And this game 3 in a best of 5 is super important because if it does go to a game 5, counter pick advantage, which in a matchup that's as explosive as this can matter a lot because it could mean the difference between having 2 sets of platforms, having 1 set of platform, Blazing Hideout, Ethereal Gates, or it could just mean going to FD or Abyss, you know? The question is, where does elpe go?
Where does elpe go?
Where does a Maple go when finding a 4th game? Do they go to Julesvale?
I don't hate it, but I don't know if Spyker allows it.
I don't think Spyker allows it against a Maple, just because the moving platform is so advantageous for Lily. But
so Ethereal Gate's not a terrible decision here.
But I mean, it is a pretty common counter pick for Force Burns as well, in my experience.
Yes, but you know, like we were saying, right, that this is a matter of Spyker's Force Burn versus other Force Burns. Spyker doesn't utilize these platforms nearly as much as other Force Burns will. So, you know, the added platform benefit for Maple ends up being a higher value than it will be for Spyker's Force.
That is very true. You are right there. But right now, on top of that, the moving platform actually will also benefit elpe just a little bit, just enough, you know, with the Lily as well. Oh, tried to get something out of that, but doesn't go for the double up strong.
Yeah, I mean, knows that it won't kill just yet. You know, just a little bit of extra charge needed, but, you know, instead just opts for the reseed, opts for the neutral control, opts to up strong, and opts for the early lead in the game. First time we've seen it in a while from elpe.
Oh, yeah, and my mistake, according to production, Spyker is currently up 2-0 right now.
Yeah, and there it is.
Yeah, the up strong there, evening things out right away.
Oh, and Spyker now in a lot of trouble, has the seed reseeded once again, got wrapped, but taking it away with the Lily parry. Up strong for Spyker, not going to lead into too much more, but this man is schmoving.
Yeah, and just like that, another kill off the top with the up strong. And just like that, elpe's on potential tournament stock right now. What I thought was a 1-1 was apparently looking like a potential strong 3-0 for Spyker right now.
Yeah, I mean, right here, you can see that elpe and Spyker just once again going toe-to-toe. elpe trying to find a way how to seal out this edge guard, but, you know, with so much smoke on the table, with so much movement from Spyker, right now, takes it with the double dunk. Spyker moving on.
Yeah, and he gives him a hug. elpe exiting the tournament at 13th. Spyker 1 set away from top 8.
1 set away. I mean, we've got 1 SoCal member in top 8. We got 1 more a little bit away from top 8.
Just on the cusp of it.
Just
SoCal
on the
showed
cusp.
up today, apparently.
SoCal